All right, what's up, everyone? GG's on your first Liz. How's it going, Sir Cat? Hope you guys are both doing well. Um, Today I'm just gonna continue the run from yesterday. One hit I like the Loretta running section, but other than that, we're still hitless. Heading into Caelid, so I'm just gonna keep going. I am a little bit late today, so I probably won't stream for quite as long as yesterday, but hopefully we can at least get to the DLC. Because that's only Caelid, which is the biggest region, and then Moog, Mountaintops, and Gelmir. So we should be able to get to at least to the DLC, if not a little bit in the DLC. Yeah, that's the plan for today. Shouldn't be too bad. Um, yeah, we finished Altus. So I think there's a memory stone here I need to get, but this one is always awkward. I think I usually get it after Caelid, but I keep forgetting about it. And I always remember after Altus, but I'm just gonna put it off still and hope I remember it later. I also need to go get this dragon incantation. And I'm gonna make a save on the BBK. Actually, I'm not gonna make a save, but I'm gonna try something different there. Because whatever I do there usually is like really slow. So I'm gonna do something different and hope it's a little better. And if I get hit, I probably just won't count it because it's gonna be a testing hit. But yeah, I do have an idea there for how I can speed that up, because that kill is like, it's really safe, but my damage is just really bad because I don't have much I can actually do there. Because I definitely can't script that guy, so. Yeah, what I usually do is I use Flame of the Fell God, whatever that like fire orb is that Adan drops, and I use Lightning Spear, and it takes a little bit to kill him, but I think if I do Dragonfire there, it'll just kill him a lot quicker, and I won't have to reset him quite as many times. Because that kill takes like 4 or 5 minutes probably. Like it definitely takes more than 3 because my physic wears off. So I just need to do something a little quicker there because I'm impatient. But I think Dragonfire should be safe because I think I can cast it on horseback, and then I can just run back inside, and it should be a lot quicker. But we'll see. This drop here also kind of scares me a little bit, but I've pretty much done this on all my runs, so too late to stop now. Surely. Yeah, what's up, Vadi? How's it going, dude? Hope you're doing well, dude. What's up, Nova? How's it going? Jams. That's rough. That's pretty rough. Oh yeah, I did see the Nautilus. I forgot about that one. I feel like playing against hook champs always sucks because, like, later on into the game, it feels like all they have to do is land one hook. And then, like, you're cooked. Whereas, like, if you're playing, like, any other character, you can't really just keep throwing them out and hoping one lands, but if you're playing, like, Blitzcrank, it's like, yeah, just keep hooking. One day you'll catch one, and then we kill them, and it's 4v5. Of course, that's not really the case, like, every single time, but it's kind of how it feels a lot of the time. Like, you have to perfectly dodge every hook, or else you die, and they have to only land one hook, and then they win. It's a little dramatic, but yeah. Fun AC, nice. Especially with how hot it's been lately. AC is really nice to have. I'm not gonna lie. I bet y'all are enjoying that. Oh, you have one in your room. Nice, dude. I bet you're really enjoying that. I think there was one day this week here that it felt like, I think it felt like 102 outside or something. It's like, that is just ridiculous. What's up, Sai? Yeah, Thresh Gang, dude. Thresh Gang. You still play any League, Sai? I assume probably not, but I usually don't, like, scan my friends list when I'm playing League, so I don't actually know. I mostly... It's really weird. I've mostly been playing 3-player games lately with Nova and my brother. And one of them is Arena. They have 3v3, v3, v3, v3 mode. And... yeah. What's up, Pi? How's it going? Lemon flamed you off League. It's crazy. Nova's playing League of Legends right next to me. Just a little occupied right now. You should get back into it, Sai. I don't really play draft anymore. I mostly just play 3v3, but it's fun. And I already have 3, but it's fun, dude. I don't really need buffs for this fight. I don't know if she's having fun or not, actually. Feed bottom lane, yeah. I know all about feeding bottom lane, dude. Yeah, I'm actually like I'm surprised as many people in Ignite got into it briefly for how long they did. Like I thought people would try it and just be like, "Nah, I'm not playing this game." Because like to be fair, it is a complicated game and it's really hard to pick up, especially because like one of the things about League is like I think you did good by finding Thresh and like playing support. Like you seem to have liked that. And I think that's the way to do it. Like you just have to pick a character or a couple of characters and know how they work and just play the game and hope for the best. Because there's so many characters in that game you have to learn before you can really learn how to play the game. Because like, yeah, just like Smash, I guess. I've never really played Smash, but I think that's a good comparison. Because like you can't really, it's hard to gauge fights and stuff, and like if you should fight or you shouldn't fight or where you should go if you don't really know what the other characters do. So like playing, you just have to play the game and figure out what the other characters do. And there's like, I think there's like almost 200 characters, and it's like they all have, for the most part, they all have 4 abilities and a passive. Some of them don't have 4 abilities. Some of them have like 10 abilities, like Hui. But yeah, it's a lot, dude. Stand in bush and hook champs so my DPS can nuke them. True. You'll eventually get there. That's all it takes. Yeah, you're pretty good at landing hooks, I think. I mean, we haven't played in ages, but I don't remember you being bad or anything. I think when we first played, I was surprised by how much you knew about the game. Which I guess you have people like telling you how to play, but I think I was still a bit impressed by that. Turbo sweat mode. Yeah, Arena, dude. Arena's where it's at. I am so addicted to Arena, dude. Yeah, we never played much regular, to be honest. Yeah, Arena, dude. Arena is so much fun, man. It's a big gameplay. How's it going, dude? I'm really scared too, Sai. That's the truth. I've messed up the cheese way too many times because I'm so careless about it. And like I could probably do it first try at this point in a run, but like 5 hours in, I'll just slowly kill him from the roof. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, even now I still play a ton of Arena. I would love to get you into it and hooked on it, but it's definitely not for everyone. I kind of hated it at first, but the more I play, the more I like it. Yeah, I don't know, I've been playing either single player games or 3-player games a lot lately. Holy moly, lately. Enjoyable if you're good at the game. Yeah, probably. And that one you more so have to know like all the characters, and then you also have to know the augments. So like it's extra difficult. Because yeah, you're getting put against in the current 3v3 mode they have, there's 6 teams of 3, I think. And so there's 18 different people. And there's a good chance there's some overlap, but for the most part they're all playing different characters. So you need to know what all their characters do because you're switching who you're playing every single round. And yeah, it gets a little complicated. Then you start getting augments, and those are like really important to know. So yeah, it's a lot, dude. But it is really fun to play, but it just, you have to know a lot more, I think, than the regular game. You can get really overpowered, which is fun, but it's a lot harder. You defeated Consort? Nice, dude. Hell yeah, man. Are you on, you're on New Game 3, right? Or I guess New Game 2, technically. Or New Game 4, I don't remember, whatever. Yeah, beating Consort's not easy, but doing it on the higher New Game cycle is a big win. Asking you to do Boss Rush? Boss Rush and League of Legends. League of Legends Boss Rush, but it's your first playthrough? That's awesome, dude. That's a really good comparison, actually. Pretty much, yeah. I guess you're right. Well, you did play that one time, and it was pretty confusing. Yeah, that game mode is definitely not for like new people. It's way too confusing, I think. It probably helps though that I have like Nova and I play with my brother. We play that mode all the time. So we all just have a lot of experience with it and played it a whole bunch. Should be everything. Mosh pit of 3 champions you've never seen before? True. That's actually exactly what I did. It's like, oh yeah, here you go. Good luck. And also, it didn't help that you had to play against us too. So that really kind of threw things off too. Yeah, I've really enjoyed that mode recently. It's been super fun. But yeah, yeah, not even on the same team, and I played against you. So it's like, extra fuck you. Here's a game you've never played, and you're gonna have to play this really hard game mode, and also I'm not gonna be on your team, and I'm gonna be playing against you. Here, let's play a game. Let's play Elden Ring. I'll be Malenia, you be the Tarnished. Also, you've never played the game before, and you have to fight me at RO1. Good luck. Pretty much what I did to you. Dude, that was pretty messed up, but it's it's pretty fun. What's up, Ben? Thinking? Thanks for good luck, dude. Might get out of the house this year. Nice. I try and get out of the house once a year also. That's why you quit playing? That's why. I see. My bad. I'll take the blame for that one. Oh, I didn't put fire in my physic. I got hit in a running section, big gameplay. I did something weird that I don't normally do, and I got hit. It was just something really stupid. But I do have a new idea, or like a new strat I need to test. Actually, 2 new strats I need to test there to see if that happens in the future, if it'll make it easier to deal with that scenario. I mean, it also probably doesn't help either side that whenever we played together, like, I've been playing this game with people for like years and years. So when I'm playing the game, like I'm playing against people who have also played the game for a very long time. So like that probably doesn't really help, but it's both good and bad for you, I guess. It's good because you play against people that are better, so you get better. But it's bad because you're learning the game and you're playing against people who already know how to play the game. Which that's kind of what happened to me when I first played. My brother and some of his friends had been playing for a long time. So I didn't really enjoy playing the game that much, but then I came back to it with some other friends who had never played it before, and I got more into it then, since I was the more experienced player, even though I was really bad and still didn't know the game very well. It was like I got to learn with them.
I'd hoped a strapping don't fare should you I will teach. I really have no resting that has go on. Now well, this the work of a true. Can you give me as well may?
Do you actually have to go talk to Millicent in the shack? Or can you skip that step of this quest line? I'm gonna see if I can skip it, but I don't think you can.
I've the need. Will you give it? I will reward. Millicent tended to a wretched.
Yeah, I'll see if she just goes straight to Altus, but I think you do have to talk to her in the shack, because that's when she tells you she's like leaving for good or something like that.
To quell, but never mind. I would rather would you mind?
Still need to route that Y run also, where you get the needle from her sisters. What's up, Luminoth? Run's been going good so far today.
My apologies. Everything.
I mean, I haven't been going for that long, but it is going well.
I'm with the needle. My destiny. It's all thanks. My name is Millicent.
Yeah, let me just see. I'm curious. 26 minutes? Yeah, you never know. So far, so good. Yeah, so far, so good. Stay in a random shack for literally ever. Yeah, true. Hey, what are you doing here? Man, you're right. What am I doing here? I should have left this place years ago. And yeah, that's Elden Ring questlines for you. And then you have to go find them. They were like, I never explored this world before. I almost died. It's like, yeah, you're
So I decided
like an old man. Like, obviously. It's like Bach's questline, dude. Like, he's a tree. And he's like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that someone turned me into a tree. And then he goes into a cave and he's like, oh my gosh, there's 15 of these guys and they almost killed me. Can you believe it? It's like, yeah, I actually can. Obviously that happened. Bach is so stupid, dude. Really, Liz? It really happened to you, huh? Would you like to tell us more about your traumatic stories? Thanks for the 3 stream streak, bye. I can hook you and Nova up if you if you want to go somewhere else more private.
Though rather I realized I could have aided. Are you giving me? I think it might be possible. If it might be perhaps that.
Bingo games and Renegade games? Yeah, dude, he literally is. I don't know. I did his questline once upon a time because it gave you like the golden sewing needle or something. But it's not worth it, dude. I don't remember what the needle does. It's just not worth it. I don't even remember what it lets you do. Because I think you can already alter your armor at Graces. Well, actually, maybe not. No, okay, you can. All you need is the needle. So what does the gold needle do? So I don't have the gold one, do I? Yeah, I just have the regular one. Oh, without the cost of runes, okay. So yeah, it's pretty much useless because runes are so easy to get. Yeah, alter for free. So you can either pay 1/10 of killing an enemy to alter, or you can do this really long quest line and do it for free. Extra alternatives? It might, yeah. I have no idea. I thought about doing it on this quest or on this run just for fun, but I don't. You need the beautiful prattling pate, I think, and I don't know where that one is. And he starts like crying because he thinks you're his mom and you called him beautiful or something like that. And I'm not really ready to be a parent, so I'm not gonna do that. He'll just have to suffer alone forever. Yeah, the questline is not fun, dude. Or Demi Queen? Interesting. Maybe it's oh, in Mount Gelmir. I think that one's like, I don't remember her name, but yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Is it like in that town somewhere? Because that town has demi-humans all over the place. Which, like, to be fair, demi-humans are pretty easy to not get hit by. Because they have to do their little scream first, where they're like, oh my gosh, why are you in my home? What are you doing? I'm gonna have to attack you now. Rah! And then they attack you after that. After they run around you in circles for 30 seconds, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Surely my stealth won't wear off. These. Nice. I think on my all bosses run, the guy in there saw me somehow and chased me and almost hit me on the ladder. Might be a different one I'm thinking, but it was scary. Thanks for the Hydrify. Appreciate it. Thanks for the 35 stream streak, Liz. Holy crap. That's a pretty long streak, dude. It's the second longest one I've seen for my stream. Crazy to think I've streamed 35 times, like ever. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it. I stream more often, yeah. It's a good point. I am a slacker. I almost didn't stream today either, but then I was like, nah, I should just do it, dude. Whatever. You get cummed on, dude. Or Falling Star Beast, man. He didn't ask for that. Yeah, I did start pretty late. I don't know. I had a weird morning. Nova could probably explain what happened because I was like half asleep, but I woke up. She asked me to set an alarm for her so she doesn't accidentally sleep through class. Like it's one of her fears, even though she doesn't normally do that. And so I set an alarm at like 8:20, I think. And usually when she wakes up, she just turns it off. And I like vaguely remember being awake for that. So I don't know if like my alarm went off and woke her up and she slept through her alarm, or I don't know if like I just randomly woke up or something. I have no idea what happened, but I remember waking up this morning and she was still home before she went to class. And I went back to sleep and I woke up like 2 hours later and my phone was just buzzing. And I feel like it had been buzzing for a long time. Like it had been snoozed permanently or something, and it's just going off every 5 minutes. But I don't know. And then I woke up like 2 hours later and I had like no idea what was going on. I was like, what is happening? And I took a shower, got some food, made a short to post today. And then I contemplated for a while if I should stream or if it was considered too late at this point. I was like, I'll just do it, whatever. So here we are. Because I stayed up way too late last night again. I don't know what's happening. I was going to sleep at like... It was between 1:30 and 2:30 a.m. for a while, which is like pretty late still. But I don't... Like, I don't have to wake up and go to class since I take online classes and I have like a bit of a break right now. Although I think my class is starting in a couple days, but I've had a bit of a break. And yeah, I usually go to sleep between 1:30 and 2:30 a.m. And then one night last week, I couldn't go to sleep until like 7 a.m. or something. It was like 6 or 7 a.m. and I just couldn't sleep. And my sleep schedule has just been out of whack since then. So I was up kind of late last night again. And yeah, it's cooked, dude. It's 6-7, dude. Oh my god. 6-7 are the worst numbers to ever happen. I hate it. Yeah, brain rot kids, dude. Six, seven did terrible things to me that you couldn't even imagine. Holy whiff, dude. Like half of those missed him or something. Does make me think of that 789 joke, though. Like, why was 6 scared of 7? 'Cause 789. And then, why did 789? Because you need to eat 3 squared meals a day, and 9. 3 squared is 9. I also heard that variation of it. Like, taking it a step further. Yo, what's up, Zephyr? Thanks for the good luck, dude. How are you doing? Chillin', nice. AJ Rankin's video. Thanks. I was pretty happy with it, I think, but I don't know. Never gonna be really happy with anything like 100%. So it is what it is. Like I do like how it came out. I think it came out pretty good, but there's always something telling me that it can be better, and I know it can be better, but I just don't have the skills to make it better, you know. But I appreciate it. I think it came out pretty solid. I don't trust this guy. Yeah, I've done a couple like that before. That's like my third or fourth one, I think. And it is pretty fun to edit them. Sometimes it's a bit tedious, but overall it's pretty fun. But yeah, like, I know they could be higher quality. I just simply do not have the skill set, so. I think I should also kill this guy at the end of this hallway. He hasn't hit me, but it's getting a bit close for comfort sometimes. Yeah, that's true. I have gotten a lot better since my first one. But it's... I don't know. Editing is not really my thing. Like, I enjoy... I kind of forgot this guy was here. He's kind of in the worst spot ever, so... Like, it is pretty fun to do it. And it's very interesting to be a part of that process and stuff. And I like thinking about what it could be. Like, I have a lot of ideas and stuff for it, but it's just, like, that's just not my skill set. And I have learned a lot since I started, and I think I've come a long way, but it's just, I don't know, there's so many more advanced things that I know about that I just know I can't do right now, you know. And it's fun, but it's kind of sad, because it's like, it'll take me like an entire day to learn one new thing. And it's like, I can't do this for every time I want to do something new. Yo, Eternal, what's up? Thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? Hope it was good. Nice. Let me give you a shout out real quick. What's up, Dooffish Hunter? How's it going, dude? Playing DS2 for the first time after getting your Elden Ring run. Yes, GG's on your Elden Ring run. I don't think I've ever said that to you before, but I did know you got it. GG's, dude. GG's. Yeah, you did Blasphemous Blade, right? I've heard, like, I know Blasphemous Blade is always talked about being like this top tier weapon, but I think for Hitless it's, I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's easy, you know? But yeah, GG's, dude. Rainy made me come watch Elden Ring raid. You hate to hear that, dude. You hate to hear that. Came out pretty decent, worth sticking to. Okay. I mean, I do enjoy it, so I probably will, but I appreciate that, Zephyr. I appreciate it. Good for some Hitless, but other bosses are pain. Nice. Yeah, that's kind of what I've heard about it. And it's one of those things too where if you want to use Red Feather, you kind of can't, right? Because it's what's it called? It heals you, so you can't really use Red Feather with it. But that's not a huge problem. It's more of like an annoying thing, I guess. But yeah, I guess the range is pretty nice on it. Usually weapons that have some kind of range are pretty decent for Hitless, some sections at least. But yeah, I wasn't sure how good it was. I've heard mixed things about it. Kind of messed up here too, but it shouldn't be a big deal. But yeah, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. If you need to raid and run and like take a break, stretch your legs, whatever, I totally understand. Don't worry about it. If not, I am continuing a dead run from yesterday, just for some practice. Hopefully we can get PB1, but I kind of just want to do the end game again for some extra practice. Yeah, no worries. Go eat dinner. I appreciate the raid. I'll take care of your people for you. Wait, that is not what I need. Okay. I need stealth and the longsword and the bow. That should be it. This guy always scares me because he doesn't... Like, his pathing's always a bit awkward. Nice. Nice, dude, nice. I'm, like, absolutely terrified one of them is gonna fall on me one day with the catch flames, but has yet to happen. What's up, BBK? Very convenient that you're here right now. At this time. And because this is a dead run, if I get hit here, I'm not going to actually count it. Because I want to try something. So, I just want to see how this will work. See, I can cast this on horseback. I mean, that's not bad, but... Like, that's about what I was doing. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. That bumped my desk. I think that's about as much damage as I was doing before. It'd be better if it was, like, point blank on him, but I don't think that'll be safe. But I'm gonna have to come here one day and just sit here for a long time and try and figure out what works, because I don't really have good spells for this. Actually, you know what? Lightning Strike might be really good here. I don't think it can hit multiple times, but... This might actually be pretty solid, dude. I don't think I can cast this on horseback, though. You can? Yo! Okay, that's pretty good. That is pretty damn good, dude. Yeah, this is hands down the best thing I've tried on this guy. Wow. I did not know you can do that on horseback. That is crazy that you can cast that on horseback. Well, he just did the scream right there, and it hits the pillar. Doesn't hit me. That's kind of the whole point for this cheese, is he can't get through the door. All he can do is scream, and we can just use the pillars to bloody block. Dude, that's crazy. Okay, at first I was thinking about reverting my Crucible Duo strat, but the Crucible Duo strat was way better, actually, and I can use it here, too. So I will just keep using this. Wonder how far back I can stand. Let me just see if I can make it work from here. Probably not gonna reach him, right? Yeah. He didn't even see me, though, so... I'm just gonna rebuff. I should have enough blue still. If I stand here on the roots, though. Okay. So I think... I think 3 might be the play. Only do 3, don't greed the 4th, and... do it a bit closer so he doesn't turn around and see me. I'll come back and test this a little bit, but this should work just fine, dude. Let me make a quick note of this real quick. So there are 3 things I needed to take a look at. So the blue, the red, ring section, sleep, lance, the Narnia Bloodhound Knight, and then BBK with Lightning Strike. Okay, that's all I got so far. Oops. Alright, thanks for hanging out, Big Gameplay. Hope you have a good rest of your day, dude. I don't know if it could be done in 4. I'm not sure it's safe. Dang, dude, that's a lot of damage. I'll have to play around with it and see if it's safer to do, or safe to do 4 when I'm a bit closer, if I should just stick to 3. Because I'll probably stick to 3, but we'll see. Then I need to make it night again. But fire back in, so that's another swap here, but that's okay. The Dragon Mine. Guess I don't need the grace here either. It's sad not getting the money from the graveyard, but it's only like 15,000 or something. At most. Yeah. Yeah, he attacks after 4. I've seen that you can cheese the BBK with Malekith, which is pretty cool, but I'm not gonna do that. I thought about it briefly when I saw the clip of it, and then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. Because you have to just jump over all of the beast claws he does. 7 one shot if you pull a gargoyle. Oh, that's pretty crazy. The scream does that much damage. I want to say when I did my previous all bosses run, I stopped him in 1 hit, but I can't remember. So I remember buffing outside, but I don't remember if it took me 1 hit or not. Yeah, that BPK does a lot of damage. Bro, put on my dang torch, man. What's a blank? Yeah, I was thinking about it not too long ago, and I was like, I probably should get it earlier, because I do a lot of Dragon Barrow stuff, where that would be nice. Which I guess it doesn't really matter, but... yeah, more levels early. It's not a bad thing. Yeah, Kayla Dragonbro I put together, which I have 1 more region locked run that I plan on doing. I'm a bit more skeptical of it now, if I'm being honest, but I do still think I'm gonna do it. And for that one, I'm gonna do it a little differently than this one. First of all, it's only gonna be base game, but I am planning to put the regions more separate on that one. So I'm gonna separate Limgrave and Weeping. I'm even thinking about separating like Raya Lucaria and Liurnia and Stormvale and Limgrave, like separating those two, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that or not. But yeah, I'll separate Caelid and Dragon Barrow on that one too. Because that's how the French challenge runners do it. They like super split everything up. And it's interesting, and I'm curious how it would compare on a hitless route. But I don't want to alter this one more. Well, I do, because it's fun to switch it up, but I shouldn't, so I'm not going to. So yeah, for this one I pretty much keep all the regions squished together, but it will not happen if I do region locked in the future. I'm gonna do it a little differently. Which I do have one more region locked run I want to do. That's all bosses, base game only though. And I am curious how that one will play out. Sword of St. Trina, I have no idea. Maybe, maybe not. I didn't test Sword of St. Trina because it's kind of bad. Even for like sleep purposes, it's not very good. DLC Trina's better, but I don't think it's very good still. Because the DLC Trina does Eternal Sleep, which I think is really, really strong. But it still takes a really long time to proc it. Like, sleep pods would just... the Eternal Sleep pods would just be better. For most scenarios. Surely. Oh yeah, what a snipe, dude. Put the bow here. Yo, what's up, Spectre? How's it going, dude? Thanks for the good luck. Man, I can't remember if I was talking to you or not the other day. I think I was. I was saying that it was really sad that it was harder to watch your streams because Nova and I go out on Wednesday to visit her parents and eat dinner with them. And you stream on Wednesdays and you start streaming about the time we leave and you are like wrapping up. Yeah, okay, I did tell you. It's really sad, but I did see your Ash of War relay a little bit. We already had this conversation. We don't need to have it again unless you really want to. Fill out content. You didn't miss it, Zephyr. You were there. You just forgot, okay? Don't be silly. Surely he was practicing Bale, dude. Opai recently uploaded his Bale kill, his New Game 7 Bale kill. And I started watching it, and in the what's it called? The description, he's like, Bale's probably been one of my favorite bosses lately. It's just that like the RNG fire and the phase transition in this kind of suck. I was like, hey, those are my same complaints too. But oh, I hope I put Spectral Lance on. But yeah, the biggest difference was that he's a lot better at Bale than I am. And the kill looked way better from his perspective. So, and I think he said the phase transition was wrong. I think he said the phase transition was consistent if you did something like with Vow of the Indomitable. But I don't remember. So, but yeah, it was cool. I didn't watch very much of it, but it's cool, I guess. There's some strafes I want to learn in that fight, which I think will make me like it more. Easy. Probably should not use Jellyfish Shield there, but whatever. Yeah, he said it was gonna take him months, and then he got it in like a week or something. Oh, I'm not supposed to go this way anymore. Because I don't need this grace. I'm supposed to go this way. Started to get some stuff done, and I was like, oh, I hate this game right now, so you stopped? Yeah. I can't blame you there. And yeah, we talked about it yesterday, I think, but it's like, if you don't enjoy running a game, just don't do it. Yo, what's up, Soul Slayer? How's it going? Bale is more consistent than Midra? I actually think you're probably right, Spectre. I know you wanted a hot take, but I think you're right. Because Midra's like phase transition, if he doesn't, I don't know how it works. It's like if he doesn't land on the same level of terrain that he landed on, or that he started on, I mean, it's like he can just stand up instantly and do stuff. But I don't know how Midra works exactly, so I might be wrong on that, but you might be right. Because Opie was saying there is a consistent way to deal with Bale's phase transition. And I mean, the RNG bouncing fire, like, you can kind of deal with it, but it's not that bad. So, yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if you were right, Spectre. Try Dusk Blades and servers didn't work. Oh my god, really? Wait, didn't Kelp say she was gonna play it too? I don't know if she's in my chat right now, but I wanted to watch her play it, and she said she was gonna stream it in Discord, but I totally forgot about that. Because I'm probably not gonna get Duskbloods or play it, but I was so curious. Yo, glowing eyes on the flower, by the way. Nintendo Pro Soft failed, yeah. I know, it's crazy, dude. But I like Midra till the week of the league. Oh yeah. I never had the Midra week, thankfully, but I practiced Midra a bunch for Bingo at one point, and I didn't really mind him that much. But I wasn't like crazy about him like some people are. It's like I've always been like, oh, he's fine. But I've never had to learn him for hitless, really. I just had to learn him well enough for Bingo. Japanese online service I rely on? I have no idea. Probably not. Not that I can think of. Yeah, me too, Spectre. There's a bingo league starting in about a week. And I was invited to play, and the person running it reached out to me and was like, "Hey, are you planning to play in this?" And I was like, I'm really torn because I really want to, and at the same time I don't. So if you need like an extra person, I'll fill in and be that extra person. But if you have a good amount of people, I don't have to play. So he said he would get back to me towards when the league starts. I think it's starting on the 31st. I've played one match in the format, but it's looking like they have a bunch of people already, and the season should be over a little over a month, is what I heard. So I'm thinking like a month to a month and a half. And like I think that's including finals, so I think it's 6 weeks including finals, but I might be misunderstanding the like format and everything. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna need me, which I'm like a little sad about, but at the same time, like I think I should just play bingo for fun. I shouldn't compete in it anymore. Big should, yeah. To be fair, this Ignite has been trying to make the bingo season shorter because that's been pretty much everyone's biggest complaint, but yeah, you can't always make it happen because sometimes scheduling just doesn't work out. Yeah, we should play bingo sometime, dude. Yo, Spectre, you know what we should do, actually? Me, you, and Lank already played. With Witty, of course, but Witty is MIA, sadly. Help was telling me the other day that she's been wanting to get into bingo. We could do 2v2 with Kelp and teach her bingo. And then we can have like a big 2v2 bingo. That'd be fun, dude. Yeah, I have been having the bingo itch a little bit. So I think what I should do, if anything, is just play for fun here and there. I probably shouldn't compete again, but I don't know, I might. The return of Kringo. Bingus Cronus. That doesn't... Does that sound right? Kringo? That sounds like almost a slur, I think. So I'm not so sure if I should say that. Rando Hitless Challenge? Dude, that would be fun. Yeah, I probably won't get a Soul Slayer just because I don't have a PS whatever they're asking for. Switch 2. So yeah, I probably won't get it. The trailer looked okay, but it honestly didn't look great, and it didn't really look like my type of game. But maybe it'll be cool, I don't know. I'm trying to have an open mind about it, but I don't have high hopes, given that it's a Switch 2 exclusive. Owen's Cookbook's Ash of Wars and bosses are randomized. Everything else isn't. Oh. So that means no sleep pots if you run into Godskins. Probably no sleep pots. You don't get to pick your weapon, but you can still get easy upgrades. Yeah, unless you find it. It's true. Dude, I would be down to try that. For sure. Setup isn't miserable? Yeah. That would be a pretty bad setup. Yeah, then you can go get smithing stones, but you also can go get the bell bearing and just... Well, actually, no, you would not get the bell bearing because that dungeon would be randomized entirely. That would be rough, dude. The bell bearing would be there, but the... Like, new boss and new dungeon? Nah, dude. Never mind. Dude, that'd be sick, man. Oh, only bosses, so not the enemies. Oh. And you know what? You can actually look in the Bellbearing tunnel. You can look straight down and see what the boss is. So you could go and look and be like, oh yeah, this is actually Melania. Like, I don't want to fight her right now with a +0 weapon. Dude, that's cool, man. I really like that idea, actually. Because otherwise, like, yeah, you just get screwed on running sections. Most likely. Dude, that's super cool, man. I am very excited for that whenever y'all finish. Because that sounds crazy fun. I know Link was talking about Hitless Bingo at some point too, but I don't know if he ever got anywhere with that. I like the idea of it, but I think it's really hard to implement. Would be cool though. Are y'all planning to have like some sort of event or something? Or just like a for fun side project y'all are working on together? I don't have pest threads, so I guess I'll just do this twice. Whoops. Well, that's good to know, I guess, if I mess that up. I told him that idea and he got excited and started working on the randomizer. Nice. That's the best kind of idea, dude. That right there. So are you thinking it'll be more like a event kind of thing that you do at some point, or just a for fun thing? Or do you even really know? Just for fun, yeah. I think it'd be a fun event to host, but yeah, just for fun would also be cool, because then there's no pressure. People can play when they want. It's more of a chill thing. I'm not supposed to drink my physic first, dude. Whoops. Yeah, that's cool, dude. I really like that idea. Yeah, that sounds fun, dude. I would definitely play that. Because for a little bit, it wasn't very long, it was like a week maybe. I did like a couple of randomizer no-hit attempts, and it was really fun, but it was like, it was so bad, dude, like first kind of bad. I was like, yeah, this is really cool, but like, if this is actually gonna happen, it's gonna take forever for me to like figure this out. So I was like, yeah, I'll just probably not do this. I think at one point I was going through the back way of Stormveil because there was a lobster in the front of Stormveil, and the back way had a Leonine. I was like, are you serious, dude? Lobster or Leonine, take your pick. And then I decided, I think it was a different run. I decided to go through Volcano Manor or something instead, because Stormveil had like some crazy stuff I couldn't get through, I think. And Volcano Manor, Godskin Noble was a Deathrite bird. I was like, really? And I went to Raya Lucaria instead, and in the entrance was one of those blue DLC worms, but he was angry, so he was attacking me. And like I got hit before I could even get to the door because they have so much range. It was so funny. And it was fun, but it's one of those things that like if you grinded it out to try and get it, you'd have to grind it a lot for good RNG. And it would take a lot of skill, but also a lot of good RNG. And I think it would get really tiring. But it was fun, at least for a little bit. I might go back to it at some point, but I don't know, we'll see. There's also a skip I learned from Bingo here that I think is definitely worth learning. Because whenever a ground, like this pillar, when I land on it will break. Whenever you have ground like this, you can land on it and jump. You have time to do one jump and then go somewhere. And I think it's important to learn that, but this is a nice Bingo skip you can do where you jump here, then you jump here. And that pretty much skips like an entire section. And then you can go around and just fall down. And yeah, you can go here. Which, I mean, this is pretty specific to this tower. It's a lot faster, but it is nice to learn that jumping strat for some other sections. Like, I used it in the DLC in Lamenter's dungeon to trigger the ground breaking and then not fall down with the 4 enemies that'll try and kill you down there. You also really need it to be nighttime for this strat to work, otherwise the Apostle sees you. Which at first when I was doing runs I kept forgetting, but I seem to remember now. Although at this point in the like in my time playing this game, if this Apostle sees me, it's not a big deal because I know him well enough to deal with it. But also he did see me there, he just went to sleep anyway. Certainly don't want him to see me, but if he does, it's not the end of the world. Also, I'm not entirely sure that's safe. I need to test this strat a bit more because I think he can I think he can do an attack instead of phase transitioning there, and I'm behind him, so he probably won't. But the more I do that strat, the more I find it sketchy. Maybe I should just like set up Red Feather so it takes 2 to kill him or something.
Brave Chasselam Festum.
So we got 70 Arcane now. I think we do the 30 Endurance. And then we start doing Faith. Yeah, I think I probably should just set a Red Feather for Apostle. Now, I might not kill him in 2, but I'd have to see. Because I could also do like Dragon Maw Sleep. And then 2 more Dragon Maws or something. Is this one-shot this guy maybe? Oh yeah, it's... Probably don't really need to do that, but I don't like having to wait there. So when did I start this run today? I think I started at about 5 hours into the run. So Caelid is about an hour and a half. It's not too bad. Especially because we have to do Millicent's quests and stuff, but it's not too bad. I don't think I need to collect all these Starlight shards either, but... Oh well, I may as well, dude. Because I used one on Rolana, and I think I might start using one on Black Jail Knight. Probably should also skip this grace, but oh well. Spectrando. That's a pretty good name, dude. It's a pretty good name. I think that'd be super fun, though. Oh, also, a quick question for the knowers in chat. Can you use Bolt of Grandsax at RL1? Like, I think there's gotta be a way you can. However, I do not know that way. And I would like to. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 40 dex is a lot, dude. I mean, you only need 30, but still. So you had 10 from dex tier, so that puts you at 20. You get 30 from Great Rune and Sword Seal. 35 from Millicent's Talisman. The Prosthesis Heirloom or whatever it's called. So I need 5 more. But you could do Grafted Blade. Grafted Blade would get you there if you can also get enough strength, which you probably could with strength dex, but then you lose the lightning tier, right? So I think there's a helmet that gives it to you. Like one of the imp helmets gives you some. But I don't think it gives you 5, and I don't know if that imp helmet is farmed or not. Yeah, Millicent, when you start her questline and give her the needle, she gives it to you, and it gives you 5 dex. So it's pretty easy to get 35, but... Okay, follow-up question. Oh, you're right, the prosthesis. Millicent's prosthesis also gives you 5. No, Millicent gives you a talisman called, like... It looks just like the Star Scourge heirloom. It's called the, like, prosthesis wearer. I have it, actually. Prosthesis wearer heirloom. It gives you 5 dex. But then, no, her prosthesis also gives you 5 dex. But now the problem is, if you're trying to use Bolt the Grand Axe at RO1 and you want it to do damage, you have used all of your talismans to use it, and you don't have any for damage. So, okay, how much strength does it take to wield Grafted Blade? Because you could do Dex tier. Yeah, you can level the weapon in this run. But plus 10 Bolt only gets you so far. Well, maybe it gets you far enough. I don't know. I haven't routed this run. I've only thought about it, and I really want to do it, but I'm not going to route it yet. But that's something that's been on my mind for a while. It's like, yeah, you can use it, but... Is it realistic? I don't know. $40 strength? Jesus, that's a lot of strength. So... How much... It's 2/3 of 40. It's 20 something, right? That's more than that. Oh, excuse me. Oops. Because I was thinking you could save 1 talisman slot if you use Grafted Blade, but then you also have to get the strength. But strength is a lot easier to get than dex because you only need 2/3 of it. And with, like, if you use strength tier, you'd get there, but then you lose lightning tier for bolt, so I don't know. Okay, there's a run I'm thinking of routing. And I wanted to see if I could use Bolt in it, because I would like to. But it seems like that might not be my best choice, so I might not do it. We'll see. I don't know if I'll really need it that badly, though. It might be something that's totally optional.
And with this, a night now. This no. Oh, good heavens.
Man, Elden Ring should do what DS2 does, where you only need half the strength to wield the weapon.
Never forget it.
Obviously, because you have 2 hands. So you put part of the strength in each hand, you only need half. Obviously. That's how it works. Although, real talk, only needing half the strength is actually, like, super busted, but it is really fun. Yeah, it is like actually pretty insane. Like if you're using Giant Crusher, I think Giant Crusher's 60 strength. In Elden Ring you need 40. In Dark Souls 2 you need 30. If you think about like how much stab boosting you can do in Elden Ring, 30 strength is like nothing to get. It's so easy. Strength tier, God's Great Rune, and Sword Seal. That's all you need. And then you can use Giant Crusher at R1. Like that is crazy, man. Yeah, I was watching one of Juno's all bosses runs of Dark Souls 2 a while ago. This was like a long time ago. And he hadn't leveled strength at all, and I looked at the weapon, and he did not have the strength requirement if he had 2/3 of his strength. And I was like, how is he wielding this? And then I came to the conclusion that you can two-hand with half the strength requirement. I was like, that is actually insane, dude. For all bosses, yeah, Rapier is like still the meta, but you need like a strike weapon, I think, for Skelly Lords and Gargoyles. So he used yeah, the hammer. I can't remember what it's called. It's like Old King's Hammer, something like that. In vanilla, it's in a castle. Where am I going? And yeah, I like loosely routed DS2 all bosses at one point for fun, and I didn't know where that hammer was, but I used the large club instead, since it's on the way to Belfry Gargoyles, and you need it for... You need that for all bosses. And so I used large club instead. But dude, like, I could not run DS2 all bosses right now. Like, at the time, I was like, oh, this will just be fun to run through and see the strats, but... Nah, dude, I could not do that. That run is insane. It's a really long run. It's not as bad if you don't include the DLC, because there are 3 DLCs, and they are all very big. But I was just doing base game, but even base game is a really long run, too. Yeah, for fun, dude. I love routing runs for fun, man. Also, is this a 7 or 8? I think this is a 7. Wait. Okay, that doesn't really mean much, but I can get the Blood Fiend to plus 22 instead of plus 21, I think. But yeah, DS2 runs are really fun, dude. Like, when I get this run, I already have like a huge list of runs I want to get done at some point, but I want to do Trilogy just so I can play DS2, man. But I know I don't have to do Trilogy for DS2, but I may as well because I want to do Trilogy anyway, you know? What DS2 runs have you done, Liz? Haven't you done like only any percent, or have you done more than just that? But yeah, I route I don't know, whenever I'm having like a bad day or something, I actually just go route or run, like a hitless run. Doesn't matter what the run is, doesn't matter if I could reasonably do it or not, I just go route or run and it's fun. You would... Oh my god, he went behind the tree and then still hit him. Wow, get absolutely fucked right in the butthole, dude. It's deserved, man. Mana Rage, thank you so much for the raid, dude. How was your stream, man? What were you up to? Let me give you a shout out real quick. Welcome, Raiders. Right in the butthole. Welcome, Raiders. Old Souls and SO1 80%? Really? Nice. I've routed Old Souls once, but I never did it. Challenge with French challenge and studying AGR Claymore only. Interesting. How does the route look on that? I'm actually gonna go... Nah, it doesn't matter. I'm doing pretty good. This run died a while ago in Liurnia, but I figured I'd continue it for practice, and it's going pretty good so far. Can't complain about it. Yo, what's up, Mr. Butler? How's it going, dude? Thanks for the good luck. DLC for two-handed? Dude, that'd be cool. The problem, at least the problem I have with two-handed is I feel like it's never really worth it on all great runes. Of course, it depends on your route, but I feel like most builds can already like full script Red Wolf or Nala. So you only really get value of it on like Malenia. Which just never really feels super worth it for me, but like again, it depends on your run, you know? But I don't know, if it speeds up Malenia and Conscriptor or something, it's obviously absolutely worth it. Yeah, I mean, that's still cool though. Two-handed is really fun. Yeah, best threads, Shane. It's perfect for him. Yeah, I thought Old Souls was pretty cool, Liz, but I guess people don't like it. But I don't know, I liked it. I thought it was fun to route it. How much worse things would be if you did that run? Sometimes that is the case, Spectre. Sometimes. It is nice to, like... I think it is nice to route something and kind of, like... get it out of my brain. Because sometimes I'll think of a random route and I'm like, oh, I should go see if this would work. And then maybe it sucks and I'm like, okay, that obviously didn't work at all. But sometimes it works well. It just depends, but... that is the case sometimes. I sit here and I'm like, my last shot wasn't as bad as I thought. That's crazy. I didn't know Donut did Old Souls though, but I don't know, at least when I routed it, I liked it. I like most of the bosses on the way to the Old Souls. Like, I don't really like Smelter as much. I used to like Smelter, but not anymore. I think Old Iron King is kind of cool. I think Mytha is a lot of fun though. Skelly Lord's not so much, but Mytha's cool. Freya's pretty cool. Najka's cool. I don't like Congregation, but it's not very hard. Who else? Lost Sinner? Last Sinner? Lost Sinner? I don't know. The Sinner? I really like the Sinner. I think Sinner's pretty cool. You do Rune Sentinels anyway, they're whatever. And then the last one... What's the name of the last one? The fourth? Oh! The Rotten. Of course, how could I forget the Rotten, dude? Yeah, Rotten's fine. I mean, Rotten's like... If you've run in Dark Souls 2 any percent, you are gonna be good at Rotten no matter what, so... Like, first of all, the boss is really easy, but second of all, you kill him like 4 times, so... Yeah, you're gonna be good at him. The only one that matters, that's true. Who up smelting they demon? Yeah, I've used, what is it? Ornamental Straight Sword on Grafted Scion? It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. I did, like a multi-hit build with it. Like multi-hit plus Ritual Sword plus Blue Dancer. And it wasn't, like, it wasn't crazy good, but it wasn't bad either. I routed all Grey Runes with it, and the only real problem it had was Smoke, because it couldn't really skip phase 2. But it was still pretty good. There are certainly better weapons, but there are certainly worse. %90 of people who have done DS2 love run so much they do it 4 times. I don't know if that's why they do it 4 times, but you're not wrong. Yeah, Lights Cabs always make a fool of themselves, dude. And I don't know, sometimes that guy runs around a lot and stalls, but sometimes he just stands there and gets stuck. And sometimes when he gets stuck, he gets unstuck and teleports back, but sometimes he doesn't. Oh yeah, the tap R2s with the weapon art, that was something I didn't really play around with, but because I was mostly doing R1s with the double straight sword moveset, because the double straight sword moveset is really nice, but yeah, the tap R2s, actually, I used them to poise break Elden Beast and script him, I think, and they were surprisingly strong. I never really realized how good they were. How did I get up here, dude? Ten times? Rotten times 10, dude. I don't remember what run Gina was doing. I think it was all achievements, but he ended up having to kill Rotten like 16 times or something to get through Shrine of Winter. And it's like, holy shit, dude, that is insane. But I don't know how realistic it would be to do like old souls on that, because there's so many new enemies that spawn. "12 times last giant, dude, that's crazy." Stole my strats? That's fine, dude. If they work for you, they work, you know? I probably stole this from Banjo. I think I had this idea on my own of like cheesing him like this, but Banjo had actually done it. So I kind of stole it from him. I stole the execution from him. What's up, XC? Yeah, two guys screaming at each other. A meme to do not rotten? Yeah. Yeah, rotten, I don't know. I kind of like him. He's really simple though, but yeah, you end up doing him a lot on the higher new game cycles because you need so much more soul memory. It's we're very polite about it. Polite screaming. Yeah, when I aggro him, I just run up. I'm pretty sure it's safe. I haven't had any issues with it, so I imagine it's safe. Yeah, same fight 4 times is goofy, but the thing is, like, it's so much safer and faster than doing all 4 of the old souls, you know? Like, I get why that it happens. I'm sure you do, but yeah, it is kind of goofy. Speaking of DS2, how are you enjoying DS2, XZ? Surely you are enjoying it so much because every time you start stream, it says, days since last bow complaint 0, and that means you're not complaining and you love it, right? Surely that's what that means. Yeah, it is pretty goofy. She enjoys the game. Guys helped you eliminate a lot of annoying bow. Nice. Are you doing like the binoculars into like not really free aiming? I don't really mind the bow sections in DS2, but I think it's really fun to do, honestly, and not everyone's gonna think that, so yeah, I can definitely understand why you hate the bow sections. Yeah, it's nice that you got rid of most of the bow stuff. And I think part of the reason that bow is used so much is because it's really easy to get to Shulva, and there's a +7 bow in Shulva, which is like, why wouldn't you just snatch that, you know? Yeah, I'm glad you got rid of some of the stuff you don't like. That's good. Mostly spells, or one shot with bow to aggro, then spells, nice. Not going to Shulva because heck that. I'd rather fight a bunch of weirdos in a closet. Interesting preference, but okay. I guess congregation is the weirdos in a closet. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think the Shulva route is also a lot better on vanilla because you get, first of all, you can use Key of the Embedded, which I guess you can in vanilla too, but you only get +4 Rapier in vanilla, and then you get Key of the Embedded after Demon of Song. But yeah, I think it's just easier in vanilla because you get the bonfire aesthetic right at the beginning of Shulva. But yeah, I mean, some people prefer to the congregation route. Congregation, good one. The congregation. Holy moly, I did it again. The congregation, bro. Some people prefer that, and like that's fine. I just don't. Black Flame Tomato, yeah. Bring that one back. Okay, sounded out is crazy. I know how to say the word, my brain just can't function. Hey, it's not my fault. Thinking is really hard, guys. You wouldn't get it. No, you get Shane. You blame Lank, dude. It's just Lank's fault. Where's Lank anyway? I had a flower with golden eyes and he didn't put Lank's gold in the chat, so that's a scam, dude. And thinking is really hard, Zephyr. I try to avoid it, dude. At all costs. Yeah, honestly, dude. I can't believe Lank has made like such a big thing out of golden eyes that I started noticing it. I'm like, oh my god, this guy has golden eyes, dude. And then it's so stupid, dude. Same with Clyde, too. Every time I think about the stupid bird, I'm like, oh my god, Clyde, dude. I hate it. Baryon sighting, nice. What do you mean the run is saved, Mana Rage? I've already lost this run, if that's what you're asking. Nah, I got hit in Liurnia. But I want to do some more in-game practice, so I'm doing a full run. I got hit to... On the way to Blue Loretta, the last guy there threw a scrap at me and I rolled it really badly. I actually could have one-cycled him there. On one attack. Yeah, that's fine, dude. That dungeon's really not that bad without Giant Swim take the... No, I had to land a headshot on him, and I couldn't get the lineup right, so I just figured I'd fight him. Because I had it where sometimes the first one would headshot him, and he'd like walk towards me and do the phase transition. But sometimes it wouldn't headshot him, and he would do his slide attack, which would hit me at the fog wall. Like, it'll just hit you every time at the fog wall if he does the slide. So I don't think I can script him with my damage. So I just decided to catch flame. It's really not that bad. Like, I'm really comfortable with tree spirits. Especially because I have to fight every single one in this run, except for the Gelmir one. Yeah, I think in normal up bosses you could probably one-shot him. But I don't... Well, I mean, I do have a lot of the bleed buffs. Like, I have Lord of Bloods, I have the White Mask, too. But I don't have Fire Scorpion Charm, and... That's a big chunk of damage I'm missing. Maybe if I found a more consistent headshot lineup I could, but... I feel like it's... Like, I'd rather just fight him than try and find this perfect headshot lineup. Enough buffs you can one-shot the Hollow by Church of Ella. What? Which one is Church of Ella? Oh, wait. You mean Kale, dude? You can one-shot Kale? First of all, Spectre, first of all, if you're talking about... oh, not Kale? Okay, that's fine. I was about to flame you for disrespecting Kale, but not Kale is fine. Who are you talking about? The Hollow? Like the... Vare? Random enemy close by. Are you serious, Spectre? Are you serious? I'm pretty sure that Uchi can one-shot that guy. Yeah, what's up, Sense? I will try to lock in just for you, man. Now that you mention it. No, that's so funny, Spectre. That's so funny, dude. I'm pretty sure Uchi unseat. Oh my god, dude, I'm losing my mind. And I didn't get the memory stone either. I'm a fool. I'm pretty sure Uchi unseat. I did it again. What is happening to me? Pretty sure Uchi Unsheath can one-shot those guys if it's a stealth hit. But I think if it's not a stealth hit, it doesn't one-shot. Fuck Kale? Yeah, you're banned, dude. What the heck? Temper bed grams. Oh my god. I can't believe this is happening to me. And I can't even say anything because I'm older than you, Sense. Like, I have no counter. I'm just a loser now. How could you do this to me? Start the game, broke his son. He's charging outrageous prices. Okay, you're not wrong, Spectre, but Kale deserves some respect, dude. He gives you the snap emote. Yeah, you need to do that, Spectre. You need to go one-shot them. Doesn't even matter what Ash of War, just one-shot them. For Catch Flame, Tilted Gamer, I use Fire Shot and Crack Tier, and I use Faith Tier also. But Faith Tier depends a little bit on your build. You could switch that one out for like Endurance if you wanted it, because you use a lot of Catch Flames, but yeah, Fire is pretty much a must-have. The other one, I usually use Faith, but you could replace it with something else. Do you use Butt Slam, Spectre? You should do that on him. Butt slam him.
I don't know what since
That would be great, dude.
I reside in
Ah, yeah, you're right. I remember seeing that.
You've defeated a grand again.
Hmm.
Kari and I.
Do you use Determination and Knight's Resolve? Because I think it'd be hilarious to see one of those. Like full buff, use Knight's Resolve just to one-shot this guy that has like 200 health. Oh, true, you're right. Yeah, the Ash of War doesn't do damage, it's the charge attack after. Same for Cragblade, I guess, too, then, right? Can't use Cragblade. Yeah, I mean, Cragblade, it increases your damage, but the Ash of War... Oh, I guess if you use the Ash of War on him. Yeah, you could do that. Hope that's enough to one-shot, though. I mean, it would be. There's no way. Like, plus 25 weapon with buffs. Yeah, you're gonna one-shot that guy, that's for sure. Imagine it done. To be fair, you would probably still kill him before he could hit you, but that would be pretty funny. I would laugh a lot if that happened, and then I would clip it. And laugh even more every time I see it. But you would certainly one-shot him. I'm trying to think of like another fun Ash of War you could use, but Butt Slime is the only fun Ash of War, honestly. And it's considered not allowed for weapon only runs because it has like a bullet part of it or something like that. So you can't use it on weapon only, which is crazy, by the way. But rules are rules. We must follow them. Yeah, butt slam only. I've been thinking about this for a long time. I really want to do no hit any percent with every weapon in the game. And I might make it every melee weapon, because I don't want to use the crossbows and ballistas because they're trash. But we'll see. And oh my god, I didn't put seppuku in. Whatever, I can just go to this X Grace over here and do it. But yeah, I just keep getting carried away with so many other runs. I haven't had a time to actually do any percent runs for a while. But I do want to do a butt slam only run. I think it would be so funny. Is he still American? No, I did one attempt at the French challenge, and I was being like super careless and died, and then I haven't done it since then. It was fun because it's a randomizer, but I don't know if I'll go back because I just don't really care that much about it, I guess. It's like, it was fun, but it is just a randomizer pretty much. And I think randomizers are fun, but I don't want to grind out a randomizer run. So no, I haven't done the French challenge. I might go back to it someday, but I don't know. All bosses with French. Yeah, that's another thing, is it's nice to switch up your challenges every now and then. That's true. But I mean, at that point, I'd probably just do like a regular randomizer. Nice buff, bro. The buff that makes you take more lightning damage. But yeah, I think randomizers are pretty fun. There is a way you can do Archipelago for Elden Ring, but you have to do it like manually complete your checks, which is kind of lame since it hasn't actually been released yet. But I thought it was a randomizer. I thought it was really fun to play. But yeah, the first thing I think I'm gonna do when I finish this run is play Convergence, because I've seen a little bit of clips and some videos and stuff about the Convergence 3.0 update, and I've kind of been avoiding it because I don't want it to get super spoiled and everything, but dude, I have not touched the DLC in Convergence, and it looks so damn cool. And they've added a lot in the base game that I haven't touched, and a bunch of new spells and stuff. It looks so cool, so the number one thing I do when I get this run is probably play Convergence, to be honest. And then the number two thing is probably another all bosses run that I've already routed. The Death's Poker run. But I don't know, we'll see. I don't know. After Convergence, I don't really have any plans set in stone. But the new Convergence update looks sick. And I might go back and try and no-hit it again now that it's a little more final. Like, I know that's not their last update they're gonna do to it, but when I was playing it, they hadn't even... There were a lot of changes I was hearing about that they were gonna make that they just hadn't implemented yet. And I know some people have no-hit it. I think someone did a bow run, but Bender did the Starcaller class, I think is what it's called, which I don't think I've actually played that class. It looks pretty fun, but I might do like a fire class or something. I don't know yet. What's up, Martina? No, I got hit in Liurnia, but I'm doing the full run for practice, hoping to get PB1. I really don't need that, but still, I want it. Yeah, and thanks for the GGs. Yeah, I mean, it's still a pretty good run so far, and I think it's good to do the practice, so... Yeah, I do too, Spectre. I don't know if he's gonna come back to the streaming slash hitless scene at some point, but I really hope so. I talked to Ivy some, and Ivy still talks to him. But... And I see him playing games. I think we're friends on Discord, so I see him playing games every now and then, like Tarkov and stuff, but... I don't know. I think Ivy had said he just wanted to take a break from hitless and streaming and everything. So yeah, I don't know if he plans to come back. I don't want to pressure him one way or another, but I really hope he comes back, so... We'll see. A lot less pug crazy, yeah. That's pretty funny. It's pretty funny, but it is pretty sad too. Textbook emote, yeah. I mean, I'm sure he would, but... I don't know, I mean, it's probably worth a shot at least. But yeah, he played in the Hitless League, No Hit Hikers League, and I remember he wasn't really streaming as much at that point anyway, and then I think after that is when he kind of just stopped. So I don't know if it was Hitless League or it was other stuff or what, but yeah. Tragic loss, dude. Everyone played again, you'll get one made? Yeah, that's fair. No, Spectre didn't get fired, he quit. He had enough He put his foot down and said, "I'm not doing this anymore. I'm out of here." And he left. That's what I heard, at least. I totally made that story up, but I'm pretty sure he did. He did quit. It's April. I didn't get tipped of working. I hear like a lot of people are like leaving their jobs lately. Like Spectre, you quit not too long ago. Lank also quit and got a new job. Kelp also, I think, got a new job lately. So I guess people aren't quitting, but they are quitting and finding new places to work. That is true, XZ. You are very consistent with that. Toxic couldn't find a replacement for me, so they made one of the other lawyers move. Really? Wow. Yeah, I mean, I don't work either. I'm also in school, so I have like kind of an excuse. It's a pretty bad excuse to be fair, but it is an excuse still. But yeah, I feel like I hear so much about people in like super toxic jobs and stuff. Makes me wonder if like every single job is just really toxic nowadays. Which maybe they are, I don't know. Probably, I mean, I think Lank was talking about how toxic his job was. Kelp has... She hasn't talked about it a lot, I don't think, but I think she has said her job was really toxic. I'm bad at working, so I do stream stuff. Yeah, and Team Hilla stuff too. Yeah, I think she's mentioned that she likes her new job a lot more. Which is good. Sex certified bum. Same, Liz, same. Hashtag bum life, dude. Hashtag bum life. But nah, I try and keep myself busy with other stuff just because I don't like feeling like I'm doing nothing. So I mean, I'm in school, but I also stream sometimes, and I try to edit my videos and make shorts and stuff. Nobody wants to work, yeah. Not wrong. I use Ancient Dragon Lightning Strike? No, I do not. I probably... Well, I probably wouldn't use it in this run anyway, but if I was doing incantations only, I would. Probably. But for this route, I just do farm Azula second to last, right before Ashen Capital. So it's a little too late for me to actually utilize it, but it is a pretty good incantation. I would probably use it if I got it, if I went there earlier. I equipped this thing, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's good on Plasty. It's also good on... What's his name? It's good on Estelle. So smoke detector alarm. That's good right there. That's good. Yeah, it's good on Posse, it's good on Estelle, it's good for cheesing Magma Worms, like Theodorix and the Gelmir Magma Worm. It's good on Rykard if you want to fight him with incantations for some reason. Yeah, it's a good incantation, I would say, for sure. But I just, like, Blood Fiend's Arm I think is just better in most cases. Plus, like I said, on this route I just get it too late into the run. I did use it in my original bosses route, I'm pretty sure. I didn't need to, but I did. Yeah, dude, I honestly, I don't care how good Blood Fiend's Arm is, I would definitely get this spell. This thing is nuts. It is so insanely strong, dude. It's crazy. And like that's also without Fire Scorpion Charm too. Yeah, I would say it's definitely one of the best spells for sure. Maybe not the best, but it is up there. I probably should have gone right there. Oh well, I'll just keep waiting. Is he gonna do the same thing again? Get out of here, bro. The best incantation for me on this route? Well, in general, it's a tough one. In general, I'd probably say Knight's Lightning Spear is probably the best incant in the game. It's kind of a tricky one, but Knight's Lightning Spear is insanely good. For me personally on this one, I probably use Lightning Spear the most. But that's because I don't get Knight's Lightning Spear until much later, so... But yeah, Knight's Lightning Spear might be the best incant in the game. For magic? For magic, it's probably like Night Comet or something. For all bosses, at least. Yeah, dude. This thing does crazy good damage. It's awesome. Yeah, for magic, for an all bosses run with magic, it's probably Night Comet. Carrion Slicer is another really good one. I'm pretty sure whatever the sorcery you get from Medulla is also really good, but I can't remember what it's called. Loretta's Mastery is also top tier. Yeah, Irregular Bubble's also pretty good, actually. That's not in the right spot. Yeah, I would say Carrion Slicer, but you have a lot of NPCs in the game. So for all bosses, I would probably take Night Comet over Slicer. But Slicer is like... Slicer has like some of the highest DPS in the game, I think. Yeah, that's the only thing Slicer really doesn't have is... NPC. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of Slicer's weaknesses, but it really is just NPCs, right? Like, even something like Loretta would get destroyed by it. Renala, not so much, but it's not that bad on her. Like, I tested it at R1. When I was doing... Actually, I may as well just leave that here. I tested it at R1 when I was doing R1 All Remembrances routing. And, like, Battle Axe was way better, don't get me wrong, but Slicer wasn't that bad, considering it was R1. I'd probably use Rock Sling or something instead, but it wasn't that bad. And, like, Loretta, it's not bad. You can script both Lorettas with Slicer. The Haligtree Loretta takes a bit more setup for that, but you can do it. So it's... like, it's really not that bad. I think the biggest thing about weapons in this game, though, is that there's not a single weapon in this game that is good for every single thing in the game. So there's... like, it's hard to judge which weapons are good. Fuck, dude, I didn't make sleep pots. I actually don't know what happens here. I could Memory of Grace, but I'm not going to. Because I don't think the snails saw me, so I think it's fine. I guess so. Yeah, I forgot to make sleep pots. But yeah, there's not a single weapon in this game that's actually good for everything. There's a couple that are good for most things, but not every single thing. So there's always going to be something that it's not good for. Like, Slicer's good for pretty much everything, but not NPCs, you know? Night Comet is pretty good at everything. But again, it's like there's better options out there for certain stuff. Like, I'd rather fight an Avatar with Slicer than Night Comet, right? Or like Loretta's Mastery is also insanely good, but I'd rather fight an Avatar with Slicer than Loretta's Mastery. Unless I'm cheesing the Avatar, which is high case in an all bosses run. But yeah. Like Loretta's Mastery. Loretta's Mastery would be really bad for NPCs also. Night Maiden's Mist. I don't know about that one, but I'm not a Night Maiden's Mist knower, so I could be wrong, but I feel like I would not take Night Maiden's Mist. But again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just don't know the tech. I think I saw someone cheese Grail with Night Maiden's Mist once. Like the Flying Dragon Grail, not Mama Grail. I can't remember, because that sorcery, you have to do part of the Millicent Gallery quest line to get it. So I don't know why they would have done that to cheese Grail. But I feel like I saw that. Maybe there was like a casual run or like an R01 run or something. I don't know, I feel like I've seen that before though. But yeah, it's... I mean, his Mist does damage pretty slowly, right? So there's got to be better options out there. I did see someone use a bow and cheese Flying Dragon Grail. That was crazy. That was on an actual no-hit run. And I was like, you are crazy for doing this, by the way. You are crazy. There are 3 options that are better and faster than this, and you chose this one? That's crazy. It was cool to see, though. I hadn't seen it before, but... nuts, dude. Absolutely nuts that I saw that. I think there's a spot you can get Grail stuck in, House, that that she doesn't, like, attack you. I'm not really sure, I haven't done it, but that's what it seemed like with the bow cheese. Maybe I'm mixing up the bow cheese with that other one, I don't remember. I did not mean to get that close. And it probably was fine, but still, just in case. Yeah, well, that's mountaintops complete, dude. Heck yeah. Still just the one hit, too, which is nice. Nothing... I don't think anything has gone wrong, either. I'm trying to think back, but... Yeah, I don't think I really did anything wrong, other than the sleep pots on the snail, but... that was fine. Anything in Caelid, maybe? Got a new BBK strat, which is good.
Show me, and I'll consider. I'm not in love with you first.
Follies. Thank you, kind. Did I forget? I see. You are very to steady such. Please.
I'm gonna sell my stuff first. I have a lot of stuff. What's your fun question? Let's hear it.
Well, I took you've no matter to lay out your own.
I don't think I need the patches set anymore. I'll just sell all of this. Two different possible patches with fights with patches. Yes, there's one. If you spare him the first time, you can do his quest line, and you come back later, and he like forgot about you,
I knew you.
and you can fight him again, right?
Give
I've done like all the quest lines in this game at some point, but I don't remember all of them perfectly. But yeah, that's how you get one of the emotes. You have to use like Grovel for Mercy or whatever it is that he gives you, I think, and then he'll like spare you.
I am Tanit, Rias, a warrior.
But yeah, because Gino routed
Rise with us. In now you belong. The drawing room, but be sure.
what's it called? He's writing like all achievements plus in Elden Ring, where he had to get all the what's it called? All the emotes or gestures or whatever. And that's one he had to figure out. Now, I wouldn't say it's a 208th boss, because then Lanciax would be a 209th boss. Because it's the same boss, but you can fight him twice. Like, you're still fighting the boss and killing it. No, you can kill Lanciax there. I don't think you can kill Smerag. Or not Smerag. But is it actually a doula walking around near Ronnie's tower? That one I don't think you can kill, but the Lanciax you can. You just have to kill him before he flies away, which is possible. Although, I guess the Lanciax shares the same thing. Like, that's the same boss, technically. So... It counts as the same one. So you actually couldn't kill him twice, but... yeah, you get enemy felled, I'm pretty sure. I've only seen it done, like, twice, but... but yeah, I'm pretty sure you get enemy felled. Which you still get with patches. So, like, why would... like, if you kill patches, you don't get the second fight. So if you kill the first Lanciax, you just won't get the second fight. Like, it's the same idea. I don't really need this shortcut either, but just in case, I guess. So yeah, I wouldn't consider patches 2 fights. Just because, like, you can kill him in one. In the first one. You can kill that and you don't get that fight? Hang on. Don't like that argument. You can kill that and you don't get the fight because in this case, you can as well skip Margit, which is not allowed. Yeah, but Margit's not the same boss as Morgon. I mean, I guess they technically are, but it's a different fight. Whereas Patches is the same fight just 2 times. Like, I think it makes sense to not have to fight the same boss twice. Like, we don't have to go fight a doula half of the way. And then go back later and fight her in the other area. We don't have to fight Lanciax twice. I mean, I guess Lanciax is a little different, but... for me, it's the same idea of, like, you are killing this boss 2 times for, like, pretty much no reason. I mean, I see where you're coming from, but I just don't think it makes sense to me to do it like that. Because, like, you are killing the boss. The first... well, at least... not everyone does that on all bosses. I don't... well, I don't know. There's only, like, a couple of people who've done all bosses, but... on all bosses, you usually kill him. Which ends the fight. Whereas, like, the second time... is not really relevant. Because even the second time through, you could spare him, right? Or not spare him, but he can spare you and you just skip the fight entirely. I don't know if you get, like, enemy belled or anything like that, but... like, if you're killing the boss the first time, I don't think you should be forced to fight him a second time. I don't think that makes any sense. Like, I get where you're coming from. I just don't think it makes sense to make people do the whole quest line just to fight the same guy again when you can already kill him the first time. Like, it's not a... I don't really see it as another fight. I also should not have leveled up there, but... maybe it's fine. Both occasions? Yeah, I know you got it if you spared him the first time. I wasn't sure about the second time, but you also get enemy felt if you kill him, you know? I mean, if you're really, like, if you think it should be like that, you can bring it to the verifiers if you want. Unless it's just like a theoretical thing. Skipping a boss fight, yeah. I mean, I can see it. I feel like it doesn't really make sense. And I'm trying to put it in perspective of another boss, but that's the only boss in the game that's like that, so it's hard to compare it with anything else. Nice one. Bruh. Every time I do this fight, I think I should just start breaking the pillars and the rocks so they don't get in my way. Yeah, I see where you're coming from, because, like, it's tricky because you are kind of skipping a boss fight, and it is an optional boss fight, and optional boss fights are required on all bosses, but you're already doing the fight, you know? Like, I would think if it's something like... I don't know if another game has this, but if it's like, you fight him the first time, and then the second time he's different, I would say yes, it should be required, because it's two different bosses, but since it's the same thing, I would say it's just the same fight. Because I was thinking, like, you have to do... I think the only other quest you really have to do... maybe Dane if you count that as a quest line, but the only other quest you have to do for a boss that I can really think of is Ranni and... what's his name? Fortisax? And Rai, like Adula and Electo, I think are definitely like two standalone bosses. But Fortisax, I was like, okay, he's also a standalone boss, obviously. But like, what if you encountered him somewhere else in the world? Would you require that for hitless runs? And I was like, well, if he was different, like if it was a phase 1 and phase 2, yeah, I would. But then I was like, Patches isn't like that. It's just the same boss fight, so I wouldn't require it. And I think if it was Fortisax and you could find him earlier, and it was the same exact boss fight, I wouldn't require. But if it was different the first and second time, I would require. I think that's how I would do it. So if Patches is different, then I think there's like a real argument there. Not that your argument isn't real, that sounded really mean, but I would think, yeah, you should require it if it's two different fights, but if it's the same one, then it's not. I don't know if that's true in any of the other games, like if there's a fight like that where it's different first interaction versus second. The only one I can really think of is Midir, but it's the first one isn't a boss fight. I can't really think of any other game that has something like that. Okay, that's still an interesting thought though, because there's two fights there. Yeah, Guinea. I guess, yeah. I don't know as much about Sekiro, but he's required both times, right? From what I understand. Because I think if you jump off the cliff, you respawn with him, right? So you have to fight him anyway. Which, like, yeah, same idea, but like, it's a slightly different scenario, I guess, because he's required, I think. Pretty sure he is. Oh, you really don't have to kill Guinea 1? That's kind of wild. Yeah, I think you're right, Liz. I think if you could jump off the cliff and skip it, it would be allowed. But is that the... I guess his phase 2 is different, right? He doesn't really have a phase 2. I don't know. I don't know as much about Sekiro. I don't know. I might ask the other verifiers about it, because it is an interesting thing to think about. But there's also like 3 people that actually run all bosses, and they would probably all say no. So there is that, but oh, excuse me. I do definitely get what you're saying, and it is interesting. I skipped one. Yeah, unseen form. Oops. Actually, I bet this will be better on the Magma Worm, too. Yeah, hitless, you have to fight him. But I wonder, like... Is that the same thing as patches for Sekiro? If you could jump off the cliff? I genuinely don't really know. I almost went to go pick up that skull, by the way, and I would have died. That's funny. Is there anybody else like that in any of the Souls games? I've never played Demon Souls or Bloodborne, so I don't really know. Yeah, it has a third phase with the lightning. But is that even really the same thing? Because the third phase is the one that's required. And I usually use Lightning Spear in here, but I didn't equip it. I guess like Seath, kind of. Maybe Seath is another one. But the first one, you can't really kill him, so I... Is that the same thing? Probably not. Anyone, you can't get the Shinobi execution? Yeah, that's fair. It's a good point. Not that I knew that, but yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, I haven't played all the games as much as this one, but I'm trying to think of any other boss possible that would do that, but I just can't think of any. And like I don't know Bloodborne or Demon Souls at all. Like I have not played those. But at least like DS2, I don't think there's any. Like I don't even know if there's a quest line for a boss at all. Unless, like, Dark Lurker, but I don't know if that's really a boss quest line. It doesn't really feel like one, but I guess maybe you could classify it as one, but there's only one version of Dark Lurker as far as I know. I guess, well, no, never mind. Pursuer's not the same at all. Dark Souls 1, the best I got is Seath, but it's not the same thing, because you can't kill Seath. Dark Souls 3... I don't think there's any boss repeats, right? Why does FromSoft do this to us? I'll definitely ask other verifiers, though, House. It is an interesting... I don't want to say take, because that makes it sound bad, but it is an interesting thought to have, of like, there are 2 fights here. Because even if I don't think that it should be 2 boss fights, some other people might think it should be. And if that's... like, if that's the case, then it's probably something that should be talked about, you know? I can't think of a single other boss where that's the case, which is really annoying. Because I would like to know how it would be handled with another game that's been established for longer than this one, but I don't know. Like, I guess... this is a bit of a stretch for sure, but... Dane. But, like, not really. Because the second one is not a boss fight. You know? But if, in theory, the second one was a boss fight, Would you be allowed to take him out? I would, I mean, I would think so, right? As long as you do it the first time, but it's, I don't know. It's hard because that's not really a boss fight. Oh yeah, dude, this is way better than Lightning Spear. No, you're good. Dana's a pretty miserable thing to think about, but I think he's the closest that you could get to a similar scenario, but the problem is the first one's a boss fight, the second one's not. So I don't really care what you do with the second one. like honestly, I wouldn't even care if someone just teleported past Letta. Like, go for it, dude. But I don't know. I don't know about that. Like, if Letta was a boss, would you make it be required that you fight all 5 NPCs? That sounds absurd. But I think if that were the case, no one would run all bosses. I think there's 5 NPCs you can get there at least. Yeah, I don't know. That is an interesting thing to think about, though. And Letta, I can't believe they added Letta, dude. That's like a crazy fight. I guess lore-wise it's pretty cool, but... Man. Outside of that, no thanks, dude. That's a good point. I guess lore-wise it doesn't make a whole lot of sense either. I always thought of it as like you're helping these people and then you kind of like turn on them to an extent. But like you don't really have a choice to help them or turn on them. Like you are just going to have to turn on them whether you want to or not. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is weird lore-wise. I'm not a lore expert. Yeah, Ornstein. Ornstein's just angry at everyone all the time. That's all the lore I need to know about him. Because it's funny. Although I guess I do understand that like his entire race, I guess, was just wiped out, so that'd probably make me pretty unhappy too. I can see where he's coming from. Although to be fair, it's not my fault. So wait, actually, what is the lore there? It's not my fault his people got wiped out, and also like I killed Messmer, so I helped him. His Messmer wiped out his people. Slightly upset, Liz, really? Of course. Slightly upset. Yeah, why is Hornson angry? Why does he try and kill us? Well, I guess if you summon him for Mesmer, he tries to kill you at Roman. But why? He doesn't try and kill you later at Leda, which is good because I helped him. But he tries to kill me at Romana, so why does he do that? Oh, yeah, you stole his vengeance. He's always talking about that. But I didn't steal it, I helped him get it. Because he needed help. Dude, Mesmer wiped out his entire generation. Or his entire race, species, whatever. He needed my help. He couldn't do it without me. I helped him. He shouldn't be angry. But yeah, that does make a little bit of sense at least. Yeah, why am I asking Bleed Talisman stack? Actually, I think I should make a knight here. Not sure if it really makes a difference, but I'm gonna try it. I think it does. Yeah, Hornson at least makes a little bit of sense, that's true. Yeah. You tell Moore to be happy, and then he's like, yeah, you gotta fucking die, man. I don't know why you'd say that to me. Dude, I haven't done... I did Moore's questline for the cookbooks on my DLC playthrough, and I was like, I don't care about a single one of these options, I just want the dang cookbook. And there's like 3 options for his questline ending or something like that, I think. It's crazy. I think it'd be cooler if that was like a completely optional fight that you could just skip. That'd be cooler. At least I'd like it more that way.
Please, I'm angry.
Yeah, I honestly, I just think they way overdid it with NPCs in the DLC. NPCs are kind of inevitable, I think, but I don't like them. Some people do. But dude, I think they just overdid it. I think they way overdid it. That's true. No duo fights, but that is true. There are no duo fights in the DLC. However, the boss quality tanked quite a bit, and there's a bunch of NPCs, so I'm not sure which one's worse. Yeah, the only duo fight I can think of is Letta, but it's not a boss, so. And then, like, I guess Ymir and Metter, if you consider that duo fight since they summon, but I don't really think that's the same thing. Oh my god, I forgot how to set this up, dude. Yeah, there's so many NPCs. And on top of that, I think the mausoleum should have been bigger. I messed this up. Oh well. That's a really lucky stagger. Why didn't he stagger? I guess it wasn't a stealth hit. That's why. So I definitely had Stone Barb active, even after he got staggered. I guess it just wasn't a stealth hit. I just stopped thinking for a second there. Because I'm supposed to throw it right as he picks his head up. And then I just didn't. Although I'm not really... I've fought Falling Star Beast so many times I'm not really worried about him. Like that fight I have on lock, dude. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna make it down there. Oh, I'm also supposed to stealth when I go in here, but I just didn't. Oh, I guess I did actually. Okay. Should they put their incant in? Yeah. Easy, dude. That's one of my favorite kills actually in this whole run. Double explosion. You know, actually, I'm gonna try something on virgins. I'm kind of curious if this would be good. Is it passed really quick? Oh, but I used lightning sphere to get there. But like, nah, maybe I shouldn't. But I am curious. I'll try it. I'll just try it. If it doesn't work, I'll just quit out or something. It's fine. It's a little cheaty, but I mean, my kill here is fine. I'm just curious if this would be better. Which I think it probably won't be because it's a little more inconsistent. But I'm thinking they're in water, so surely it wouldn't really matter that much. I don't know. I'm gonna try it though. I'll make a save and just try it like 50 times. Because it also throws out so many that I would think it would hit it no matter what, but it's missed on the Crucible night before. Only once, but still. I don't know. But I do like the addition of this spell actually, because it was really good on the BBK, it was good on the Crucible duo, it was good on the Magmorn. It's making a lot of things easier. That's something I can get behind. I might test this here a little bit actually, because I am curious if this would be better. I also did not mean to travel here. But I did that last time too. Just habit. Yeah, I mean, my previous shot, I one-shot both of them. I don't know if this is actually going to work, because I don't know if this will one-shot them. But it does cast quick, so maybe it'll two-shot them? But then if one misses, I'm doomed, so... I don't know, I'm curious how this will be, though. If I get it, I'm not going to counter, because I just want to see how this would be. Dude, I didn't think he's gonna one-shot that guy. I don't think I should do this, but... Well, actually... Wait. I haven't tried Hone Bolt, but I imagine Hone Bolt would miss. Because I tried it on the Crucible Knight, on Crucible Duel, and it missed him like half the time. So I don't have good faith that would work, but I guess it's worth trying it at least, because these are bigger enemies. Although I was not expecting that much damage from this thing. Now this thing is proving that it's pretty good, so... I don't know if that first guy opened his mouth, but it did like 8,000 damage or something, I think, right? I am not gonna do that. I will try Hone Bolt real quick though, out of curiosity. Lightning Spear works. Lightning Spear does work. And yeah, then of course the first one missed, and the second one was like really close to... The first lightning strike cast missed, and the second Virgin almost hit me, so... Probably won't do that again. But it was cool to see at least. And the thing is, Lightning Spear is... Knight's Lightning Spear is perfect for this, because it takes 5 to stagger. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick to Lightning Spear. That's so funny. Let me also switch my spell back so I don't have to worry about that. Well, actually, I do like this. Yeah, I like the idea of that, but if Hone Bolt one-shot, maybe, but it doesn't one-shot, and it, I don't know, Hone Bolt, it seems so good, but every time I use it, it feels like it just misses too much. Yeah, and it's just barely short on damage. Although this strat is a little sketchy, but it has not failed me yet. because I think it is just safe to do a full charge cast there, but yeah. Anyway, let's go get Knight's Resolve. Yeah, I tried Hone Bolt somewhere else too, and it did good damage. It just kept missing. Like, very consistently missing. I was like, I just can't trust that. But yeah, I should have given Lightning Strike more credit. It's pretty solid. Started using it in a couple spots now, and it's decent. I think this is all I need for DLC. But yeah, I think... I don't know, I think I'm gonna call it here, because DLC has a pretty big setup that I don't really want to do. And I'm getting a bit hungry, and I started pretty late today, so... Should probably stop, but... I want to do DLC, but I probably shouldn't. So yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and call it here. Yeah, it was a fun stream. Good stuff. Pretty much, I mean, I'm not really gonna count the Abductor Virgin hit because I was just trying something new. My strat works there. I just wanted to see how that would go. But yeah, we got through Caelid, Mountaintops, and Gelmir hitless, which is nice. Still just the one running section, but I'm actually really happy I'm doing this full run because I'm getting to test Lightning Strike in a couple spots, which I have not done before. I thought this incantation sucked, but it's actually been really nice for several things, so I'm very happy I put it in. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice trying it in these spots and not having to worry about it on a live run. But yeah. That's it, dude. Thanks for the hydrate, Liz. Last minute hydrate. Let me find someone to raid real quick, but yeah, that was good, dude. Good run so far, other than the one hit, but we're getting very close to getting this thing, which is really exciting. And yeah, next week, I'm not exactly sure what my plans are next week, but I am gonna go out of town at some point. So I'm not sure what my schedule is gonna look like next week. I might actually just not stream at all next week. I really and truly do not know. But I think I'm gonna go out of town on Monday, maybe Tuesday. And I probably won't be back until the week after that. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'll try and keep it updated in the Discord, but let me get this raid message in. Well, actually first. No. I don't know if my commands work. But yeah, we're gonna raid Spectre. He's playing Getting Over It, and I haven't been able to watch his streams lately, so I'm gonna raid him so I can hang out there for a while. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. It's always nice to like take a break from streaming and come back and still have a bunch of people who enjoy hanging out. So I really appreciate all of you being here, and thanks for the raids and hanging out and everything. It's been a lot of fun. I'll try and keep y'all updated. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this run offline. Probably not, but I might work on it a little bit. But yeah, I'll see you guys hopefully next week at some point, but if not, the week after that. So I hope you guys have a good weekend and a good next week. And go respect your good luck, and I'll see you all later. Peace.